Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at the piano roll editor, and this is a really useful editor for any sort of MIDI information. If I've recorded here, I've recorded some MIDI data into a track. I can actually sort of see reasonably in detail that I've got some sort of chords in this track which I've actually recorded. Let's have a go to the beginning and sort of hear what it sounds like. So it's just some sort of information like that. Now if I wanted to sort of edit this, there are various sort of editors that we can actually use. If we go up to Window, when I've got the track part that I want to edit actually selected, and then I go on to Window, and we can actually view this. We've got various sort of editors, so if you're musically inclined you may want to edit this using the score editor, and sort of one of the main, if you're not so musically inclined, you would probably want to use the piano roll. So I've opened the piano roll, and we'll sort of make this a little bit sort of bigger on that. There we go. Now this kind of shows us the individual parts that I've actually recorded. Now on the right hand side here is the piano, and if I click on that, that shows me what notes these are actually played. So we've got a C, we've got some sort of E, and then we've got a G. Now if you put your mouse over any note, it tells you, comes up with a little drop box like that which shows you the velocity and the pitch, and it also in the top hand there actually shows you the parts as well. So there's several ways of finding what the information is. So there are various ways that we can edit information within the piano roll, and we can actually change the length or the start time of our notes we can actually do that by sort of moving it around in here. So let me click the create one. So if you click the pointer tool, that means we can actually move our note around. So obviously if I move it up it changes in pitch, and if I move it down it decreases in pitch. So that's just moving it, but we can also change the start and end time of the actual note. So I'll play you the original. So now I want in this composition is for this note to play for a lot longer than before. I'm just sort of, if you go on to the end until it changes into that, and we can sort of change, either way we can change the sort of start length, etc. So now if I play this, so we hear that we've got that note sort of going on forever. So we've shown you how to change the actual note, how to change the start and the stop time. There's also another good thing, if you actually change a note, it kind of shows you a little line that comes up, so I could actually see where it is in relation to other notes. So I want that to end where these start. I can sort of do it very easily like that, or that one. So that's a good way of sort of, if you've got slight errors in your thing there. So the other useful thing is you'll notice that there's little lines in each of these notes, and these small lines actually indicate the velocity. So velocity is how hard the key was actually hit. So we can see from these small notes here that these quietest notes are this one, and we've got our loudest note is probably sort of one of this one here really. So if we want to change the velocity, if we go up to and click on this one, we have a velocity tool which is a V. So if you select on velocity tool, we see that we've got a little V in our arrow, and if I click on any note and then I move it up, I'm changing the velocity, and I can move it down, for example, to make it very quiet. And it sort of changes. So It may be, for example, in these notes at the bottom, I want that chord to be, all the notes to be reasonably around the same velocity, like that. And you'll also notice if we click on any note here, we can sort of change the velocity by using this sort of window here as well. There are various other things that we can do using the tools in there. We can actually split notes. So if I click on that, that creates sort of two notes. So I could split all of these up. And we'll go back to the beginning. So, and there are other things that we can do which are useful. The glue tool, which is here, which is the opposite of scissors, and we can use that to actually glue together two notes. So if you click on two notes, oops, don't want to see that. So if I click on that note and then that note, that glues them together. So now we've got sort of one note that's in there. And this editor is also very good if you've got a performance and somebody may have done a slight error. We can always sort of go in there and do things like remove extraneous notes by using the eraser tool. So I might want to let's get rid of that note, and I'll get rid of that note. And if we don't, we only want to sort of get rid of it for a while. This is like a mute note. We're basically removing these notes from the performance. So that's kind of like a soft erase. So that's the piano roll.